This is where I left off in modeling this cartoon stool, and I added the abacus and the paneling and the little floor vent, and I want to model this bunk bed. Seeing as I've got two kids, I'm going to model this bunk bed. It's pretty simple to do, so we're going to do that. And then we'll see about adding it to the scene, but this could be a standalone model if you were interested in that. One thing I am going to do is I'm going to pull this out a tiny bit if I can there. I'm going to take this panel, Shift D. I'm just going to copy it down here. It won't be a perfect match, but it should be okay for what I need to do. Just so that we can get the bunk bed in there. And the wall doesn't show through behind it. And that should be okay there. Well, maybe we'll try to do a better job. That's probably going to be mostly covered by the bunk bed, so it won't matter if there isn't really a seam there. Yeah. On the other hand, maybe I could flip it around, eh? Let's try that. Rotate X 180. Might fit better. Let's see if it does. I'm not sure if it will. I'm not sure that's going to make any difference. Yeah, alright, well. That's not going to be seen. Okay, never mind. Let's not waste a lot of time on that. Okay, so I'm going to jump up to another frame. I'm going to look, another layer, look from the front, have a quick peek at this. Okay, so I'm going to start with this piece up here. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to go Shift A, curve, path, scale this in the X, I think. And I'm going to bring it up. I don't know how high. Let's bring it up to there. Alright, so we got a curve there, and we'll come in, and I'm going to take, I'll just bring that up a little bit. Do that. I'm going to take these points and squish them together, and I think I'll take these points and everything, all those points. Get that kind of effect. Yeah, okay, so we'll start with that. We'll come over to the curves. I'm going to switch the preview here to 4. And Alt-C, mesh from curve, and I'm going to get this and select these points here, E and SX, scale in the X, and bring them out like that. Let's see how far out I gotta come. Okay, that's good enough. Select it all, E, bring it down. Let's make sure we're working in solid mode. I'm going to SZ0, scale into 0. Give it a little bit more height. Okay, look from the side view. E, and I'm going to come out. Select it all, make sure my polys are flipped. And I'm going to put some edge loops in here. And put on a subdivision surface. One towards the front, one towards the back. See how sub D works on that. I'll go for 2 and smooth. Alright. I guess I need one down here. And down here. Thick enough, scale on the Y. Alright, good enough. I'm going to apply scale And that's my top piece. Is it wide enough? I might have to scale this in the X a little bit to there. Okay, so let's say that was there. And then I'm going to do that piece, I think, next. So I'm going to come into this. I'll select that center piece, Shift S, cursor to selected. I'll bring in a cube. Which we will scale down. So it's a pretty big post there. And it goes up pretty much to the height of that curve. And we'll just bring it down a ways. And we can mess around with that later. For this one, I'm going to put on a bevel of 2, scale it back. And let's take this guy and bring the cursor there, and let's mirror across that. Let's just make sure that goes there. Let's say origin to 3D cursor, and we'll apply a mirror. Get that. Hopefully those are big enough. I don't know, I feel like they should be bigger though. Let's scale, Shift Z. Could be deleting the faces on this guy on the inside. I'm not worry about that right now, so I'll probably forget about it. So let's say those are there. I'm going to take this, Shift D, and let's bring it in here, but let's get rid of the mirror. Go into this guy and scale this in the Y. Scale it in the X and in the Z. Let's rotate. Okay, so this piece is about the thickness of that, it would seem. I'm thinking this might be a little bit too wimpy now that I think about it. So let's go into wireframe and grab these points here and pull them down a bit. Like that. Scale that in the Z. I could go with that. Okay, so what's the distance like between them? Pretty similar to that, I guess. Then there's another one, similar distance, just by eye. Kind of like that. We skip some space, maybe equivalent from there to there, that amount of space, and then we do that. So we'll take these. Just do it. You know. Let's go back into this. And there is 3, right? And then the posts come down. This height might be equivalent to from the bottom here to maybe the top. But we'll just let's do something like that. The same thing should be repeated at the back. It's easier when you're working from a diagram, of course. Oh well. Okay, so what comes next? And then we have this piece, same width as this one, going all the way back. So let's try that. Shift D, rotate Z90. Try putting it. What's going on here? Something funny happened there. Okay, well, I don't know. I feel like I rotated it or something. And I think we'll just copy instead of mirroring, because I think I'm gonna cut this one for the ladder. Am I right? Am I wrong? No, that piece is gonna go straight through, but that doesn't matter. We'll copy those, put them at roughly the same height, and I believe there's two more. I could be wrong. Am I right or am I wrong? There's three, and that one goes up to the same level as that, right? Pretty much. I wonder if these posts need to go higher. No, not really. Okay. And then there's just the one down there. Now these pieces have a bevel on them, right? Because I copied it from this, so that's what I want. So I'm going to bring this down. Look from the side in wireframe. Okay. And then I think I will take this piece, Shift D, bring it over here a little ways, but I'm going to get rid of the mirror. So I got just that one here. And how thick is it? Making this piece here, it's about maybe 3/4 of that. Scale that in the Y. And it's going to come out. It's almost flush with that and flush with that. I don't know if that makes sense. Could do it like that and then bring it out a bit, maybe. Let's try this. And then I'm going to select that edge and Control B to bevel it, and I'll give it a nice rounding. So I'm creating n-gons there, but it doesn't look very good. But from a distance, I don't think we're not going to really see it. But if I wanted to do something better, first of all, will it matter if I do that? Not really. Doesn't really matter. Although that is a bit better. Let's take this piece and Shift H to isolate it and work on this maybe. What if I was to look from the front? So I'll have a peek at this thing here. I could. Let's try this. Let's get rid of those. So we'll just have that. Extrude it down. scale Z 0. Oops. Let's go back into it from the front and wireframe. Oh yeah, how far down does that one go? It goes all the way down to the ground flush with that one. Okay. Take this and bring it down. I don't know that really needs the snap. It's just going to go into the ground. So if I did that, and then instead of beveling, did a subdivision surface. Oh, what's going on, buddy? Come on back. It's starting to take shape. Put an edge loop down there too. Hopefully it's not too sharp. Certainly it's a nicer shape than the other. I think I want to scale this in the X and push it a bit back. Oh geez, every time, eh? These baby monitors stop working after a while. Okay. Say I had that, and then I need some space, maybe about a 1/5 or a 1/6 to do the ladder. So if I just copy this over to like this, you know, maybe this stuff needs to come out. Join those. Nah, that was the whole point. I'm not joining them, isn't it? Alright, never mind. Okay, it won't take long. I'll just slam that into there, and I'll tell you what, we will get rid of that face. Do the same here. In and goodbye. Hopefully right. In and goodbye face. No thank you. Yeah, I'm starting to work in 2.8, but I just don't have a lot of time. And so I find myself coming back to this. Okay, let's try in wireframe. Just grab that, put it in. Okay, I'll get rid of that face too, why not? So that guy goes in there. Same thing with this one, right? Room on these to put those bolts. Oh, by the way, do I need another edge loop up here? Did I already put one? I just might need that for support. I'll do one more on this one as well. Actually, what maybe I needed was one at towards the back, but doesn't. I think it's all right. All right, let's have another look at this. It comes out further. So what I'll do is grab the back and we'll extend it like that and then move the whole thing out so I can put the bolts on. You can't really tell what's going on there, so I can do whatever I want, I guess. And then I'll just select those. Maybe I select all that. Shift S, cursor selected. Is it in the middle? Not really. Or I'll just select these two. Shift S, cursor selected. And I'll just bring in a plane. And we'll scale this in the Y until it's just in front of those posts. Not quite. So put it to there. And that edge to about there. And it's probably on the inside of those two, isn't it? Well, I don't know. Well, yeah, it would have to be if the mattress is going to fit down in there, but all right, well, anyways, we'll just extrude it up. And how high does this mattress come? I think it comes to that second bar, but just under it. Yeah, you can see back there. And am I missing a bar back there, by the way? Oh, I'm missing the back sides, aren't I? At the same height. Okay, well, we'll get those. Let's get those in there. These two here. Control 3. Doesn't really matter, but let's just shift D those. And in wireframe, let's see if I can get them to. Okay, so what's going on here? Is this what I'm trying to do? Close enough. What just happened here? Okay, there's that. There's that. Okay, and on this thing, let's just isolate it. I think it's still, I don't know, I feel like it's too thick, but it doesn't matter that much. Let's just put 2 edge loops there, scale them in the Y, not too far out. And 2 here, scale them in the X, same idea. Smooth, and I guess I'll just put one up here like this, down here like that, not too much, something like that. Alt-H should bring that back, so that'll be like the mattress. So let's see, it shrinks down a bit, but that's great. Scale in the Y. Alright, anyways, and then there'd be another one up here. Fitting in there, the other kid to sleep. Okay, well. You don't have to be exact. And then what we'll do is we'll take this piece, Shift D, bring it along. What did I do there? Like that. I'm going to rotate this. Rotate Y 90. Come in and we'll scale this in the Y until it fits as a step. And I think there's one here. So below and then around the middle of the mattress, equal spacing it would appear to be. Look from the front. Too thick, not too thin. Maybe just the right thickness that you would need. Okay, so say one was there. Let's apply any rotation and scale. And let's add an array in the Z going up like this. Middle of the mattress roughly. Let's see. Does that look okay? Not too bad. The bolts will be at those spots. I think that could work. You could climb up that. And how about if we like do something like grab that edge, Shift S, cursor to selected, and bring in that bolt thing there. Let's bring in a circle. I'll make it just 16 and rotate X90. I'll scale it and it'll go in, but we'll bring it out. Yeah, okay, so we'll have to work on that. I'm going to put it right there. Or centered or something. And they're pretty big, so we'll start with that. Okay. And I'll just E to extrude, come out, E and S, and I'll mesh face grid fill. Subdivision of 2 and smooth. I don't know if I need to, but relatively big bolts. It looks like it kind of could work. Okay, and then Shift D. Those are big enough. I'm going to take all of these. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to just take one and move it out. We'll use that in a bit. Let's join those guys. And do that. Actually, I'm going to mirror across that. No, I'm going to mirror across these. So I'm going to select both of those, Shift S, cursor to selected. And then I'm going to take these guys. Just you, and we'll mirror. Where are you? Hang on a second. I've got to set the origin of the 3D cursor. We don't need all of you. Okay, so you don't like that, huh? And if I was to do this, you know, one thing I may need to do is and scale. Let's take this and we'll alternate geometry that may help us. All right, let's try that again. Son of a bitch. I hate it when that happens. Not always sure why. All right, well, screw you then. Shift D. Rotate Z 180. Yeah, sometimes it works for me and sometimes it doesn't, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Which is par for the course for me. Okay, anyhow, you're there. And this one, where does that go? Where it joins the cross one here. Well, it joins this one. Rotate Z 90. And then when it joins that one. Did we do it? Is that it? Does that even look right? It's for kids, so if the dimensions are off, we just say it's for kids. Am I missing any main thing? I didn't get rid of all back faces or anything. I'm not going to do it, I don't think. Select it all, Control G to make it a group. Now, if I come back to here, I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to take this. This should be a group. And I'm going to rotate Z90. And I'm going to move it over here somewhere. Is this a group? I'm just going to move it out of the way. Alrighty. And now we're going to take our... Well, I'm not going to actually move it, maybe. Maybe I'll just do that. I'll keep it on another layer for the moment. I'm going to move back. Like that. And are you... Alright, well, my computer crashed, which it's doing these days again, but fortunately I had saved my work almost every step of the way, so I've gotten back to roughly where I was before. I moved the abacus over here and the stool just a bit, and I've got the bunk bed in there. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get out of camera view. I'm going to take this light. I'm going to move it back here. Rotate this. I'm just going to leave it there for the time being. Now, I want to create a new material for this. Maybe a better bunk bed. Do that. And I don't want to be in camera view. I just want to maybe focus on just the bunk bed for now. Yeah. So let's split the screen here. And let's check out. So the node editor, I've got that going on. Okay. So we're going to switch this to principled. Just going to leave that there. Well, I guess while we're here, set this up. I'm going to drag this over and I'm going to switch this over to an image texture, which we're going to be using. And what I think I'm going to do is just a simple UV unwrap on these. Just U and Smart UV Project. 0.03 for the island margin. I'm just going to do that. And I'll get out of there. Okay, I'll just have that. And I'm going to open up a wood texture. I don't have any great ones. I'm going to use this one. Alright. And I'll come back to the node editor and select that. And I'm going to connect this together. Let's switch over to material. And it should do like an okay job. And what I'll also do, maybe, save, I'm so scared now, is I'll put in a mix. And I don't know if I need to do it this way or if I can just use this, but I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to copy that down here and Shift S, shader glossy. I'm going to switch that. I don't know if I need to, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to make this 0.14 maybe. Make this 0.25 maybe. And I think I will also now go Control T for mapping nodes. I'll take this again, Shift D, and bring it down here. Use non-color data. Copy it over here and Shift S. I'll switch this to vector bump. Color to height. And I don't know if I need multiply or not. I might do it anyhow. Copy that. Shift S. Where am I going? Converter math. I don't know if I really need that. I'm going to put it there. I'm going to start there. Maybe I'll bring this down too. Maybe give me next to nothing. I don't know. Start with that. And then I'm just going to select that. But what I'll do is, here. Actually, let me do it this way. Let's just select this. And on each of these, I'm just going to do a Use Smart UV Project. I'm going to try that. So nervous now. Maybe I'll close out for now. And we'll have a look at all of those settings. Is this a good way of doing it? Not necessarily. Does it work? It should. that, I'm just going to use that material, and we'll see what I want to do with those at some point. For these, I'm going to use that material and that material. And for these, I'll make a new one, and I'm just going to go with glossy. I'll leave it like that for now. I better start calling this stuff. We'll see what I want to change later. Really? Could join all that stuff. Oh boy. Just so nervous with my computer now. These aren't probably going to look very good, so we'll probably change them, but I think what I need to do is a sort of a test render. We'll come back and check it out. Okay, well, this is how it looks so far. We got a little bit of work to do on lighting and bump and stuff like that, and we'll change the material on this, and we'll see about the material on these things and the positioning. Slide the curtain down, do some stuff here, a few more toys, do something different on the floor, but there's my little bunk bed. Thanks for watching.